Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Kirstin Strachan. I'm a director of Steedman Accountants. We are the people who set up CryptoLab Scotland, which is the reason that we're all here today. Thank you so much for coming to the launch event, first of all. It's a really, really exciting time for the crypto industry at the moment. And as we see new life in the crypto space, following a very turbulent 2022, it's great to have you all here. For those of you who are in the crypto space, you will all know what a hard year 2022 was. And I'm sure that those of you who are not in the crypto space will know all about the crashes, the scams, and the fraud. So if nothing else, it's drama. We are absolutely delighted that you can be with us today. CryptoLab Scotland launch event is about understanding and shining a light on the other side of crypto. So take away the idea of scams and these sorts of things. We want to shine a light on the positives of crypto, and that is why we're all here today. As you will hear from our fantastic speakers, the Web3 space is not just about overpriced pictures of monkeys, and it's not about just making a quick buck. The new technology brings imminent opportunities for professional services, SMEs, charities, and the standard consumer. From the artists designing NFTs to the programmers using blockchain technology to bank the unbanked, and the Web3 ecosystem is in much more a way a diverse ecosystem than more people realise. Now, I would implore you today to use the hashtag CryptoLabScot. That is our hashtag for today, so CryptoLabScot. So if you do have anything that you'd like to tweet or put on your social media, then please do use that hashtag and everything will come together, which is a great idea. Now, before we hear from our fantastic speakers, I'm absolutely delighted to hand over to our very own crypto accountant within Steedman & Company, and within CryptoLab Scotland as well, our very own Jess Insall. Now, Jess is going to talk a little bit about the work that we as a firm are doing and what it is like to be a crypto accountant. Jess. A round of applause, please. Thank you.
Thanks all for coming today. It's great to see so many people from so many different spaces in Scotland and beyond. As Kirstin said, I am a crypto accountant, which is, if you would have asked me 2 years ago, not a job title I would have even believed existed, let alone a job that I thought I would be having. I started my career in audit with Johnson Carmichael, which for those of you who are in the financial services industry know that that's about as traditional finance as it gets. After 3 years in audit, I was looking for something still in the finance space, but a little bit more exciting and a little bit more future-looking. And the opportunity came to come into the crypto space, and it was one I just couldn't turn down. I think it's really important for everyone to acknowledge that actually, whether you like it or not, the future is coming, and the jobs that we have today will not be the jobs that we have in 10 years. So it's fantastic to see the engagement in such a new and exciting industry such as crypto. My time as a crypto accountant has actually made me realize just, in a way, how different but also how similar the job is to traditional finance. At the end of the day, things like client relationships, data analysis, and understanding your tax rules are at the core of what I do day to day. And actually, having the background in audit was a really, really good basis to build a career in crypto accountancy. Those of you who are in financial services will know that actually most of our job is picking up a new industry every day. If you're in traditional finance, that might mean that you're working on a property company one day, and then the next day you're working on a haulage company. And actually, crypto is no different. It comes with its own set of challenges and its own set of knowledge and terminology and slogans, but actually it is just another industry, and it's a really important growing industry, especially here in the UK. Another thing that I think has been really insightful over the last year was, I'm sure most of you have heard of the collapse of FTX. FTX was a massive big fraud at the end of the day, but it wasn't a crypto fraud. It was the same kind of fraud as Enron and WorldCom and every other financial scandal that we see. At the end of the day, it didn't come down to whether they were based in the Bahamas and whether they were all living in a penthouse together. It came down to the fact that they had no segregation of duties, they had no internal controls, and they had no corporate governance. And I think that highlights to me the importance that the more kind of old-fashioned traditional finance can actually play in the crypto space. If we're positive and we embrace the new technology and the new great things that crypto can bring, we can bring the more old-fashioned and traditional knowledge that actually we have a code of ethics, we have a code of conduct, and when applying that to new and growing spaces, that gives us an insight that a lot of people who maybe have had their whole career in crypto and tech don't have. So I think tonight is great because we can really see this kind of joining of the traditional world and the new crypto world, and actually I think that's what's really, really exciting about Crypto Lab and why I'm so passionate about the work that we're doing. So it's great to have you all here today, and I'm really looking forward to tonight's speakers. We actually have Lisa Cameron, MP, coming on a call. How long do we have? Is it? We're a little bit ahead of schedule, but we'll have her in a few minutes, and she'll be talking about the work that she's doing down in Westminster with the Crypto APPG, which is the all-party parliamentary group. And this is a really important topic for crypto because actually regulation is something that we're seeing a lot of movement on at the moment, but not as much as we would like to see. Coming back to FTX, I think one of the big reasons that FTX ended up in the position that it was because in countries like the UK and the US and most of Europe, there actually isn't robust enough legislation, but also positive and embracing crypto enough legislation for real, solid crypto exchanges to feel like they could set their roots down in countries and comply with these rules. So it's great to see that we do have some engagement with politicians and that we are starting to see those regulations so that we can have a new wave of compliant and exciting new startups.